Hey girlies, it's Tammy. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to do my realistic everyday makeup look with you guys. This is not my camera ready glam type of makeup. This is literally my throw on and go type of makeup. And this is my everyday makeup bag. It's kind of like my project, actually they're all my project pan items. So I'm trying to finish up these products, if not pan, most of these products this year. So I'm gonna start off with primer. I'm gonna use my Milk Hydra Grip Primer and I just use this on my cheeks. This is just for a little bit of hydration and to make my face kind of sticky and tacky and ready for foundation. But then I go in with my Laura Mercier Blurring Primer. This one makes the most amount of difference to my skin because it really does like blur out and fill in those pores without being silicone. So I'm just gonna rub that into my nose and like the center of my face. So that is me primed and ready for foundation. So I'm going to go in with my Bare Minerals liquid foundation. This one here in the shade Latte 24. Just going to take 2 pumps of that and then spread it evenly across my face. I'm also going to take a small drop of my Catrice liquid foundation. This is in the shade 60 Latte Macchiato Beige. I use this kind of as like a shade adjuster because it is really light. So if I just take like a pinch of it, it helps to brighten up the foundation. Then I just take my brush and stipple that into my face. Like I said, I definitely do like a little bit of coverage. A little bit. I like full coverage. That's just what I'm into because of my skin situation. I can see the appeal of tinted moisturizers and stuff for people that don't really have much to cover. But for me, doing like a tinted moisturizer, I just end up using concealer all over the face anyway, just to kind of cover everything. So it works out better for me to just do a full coverage foundation and then very little concealer underneath my eyes. That's just better for me. I don't worry about my forehead too much because I do cream contour that area, so I don't put tons of product, like tons of foundation up there. But yeah, this foundation combination is my go-to when I'm going out. If not this, then I'll use my Beauty Blender Bounce foundation, which I've absolutely been loving lately. Well, I've been loving it for a few years, but I've recently rediscovered it in my collection and I'm just so in love with that finish. It has a very similar finish to this where it's kind of like in between a matte and a satin type of vibe. So next I would do cream contour. I do like to use my Revolution foundation stick for this. Sometimes I use my Huda Beauty tan tool, but it's kind of easier to just kind of drag this onto the face. I take this angled brush from my brush set, which is available on MAKEUPBYTAMMI.com, and I literally just stamp this into my cheek. When I'm doing quick makeup like this, I do prefer a cream bronzer over a powder bronzer because I feel like it just looks a lot more natural on the skin. And yeah, I like to push the cream contour into my hairline as well. So typically I don't do cream and powder on an everyday basis. It's not really necessary. It's only really on camera that you need the extra definition of cream and powder. But in real life type of makeup, either cream or powder is enough to add that nice bronze to your skin. So now I'm going to go in with my concealer. I have my Jewellery concealer or my Cover FX. Or my Pat McGrath. I'm going to take my Pat McGrath concealer in the shade M17. And this, I'm just going to concentrate right underneath my eyes, tiny dab at the edge to lift. And then I just take my sponge and blend that right underneath my eyes and also on my eyelids. And yeah, that is the concealer basically. Whatever's left on my sponge, I will just kind of dab over any other areas that I want to conceal. So for powder, I use my Maybelline Fit Me powder or my Laura Mercier setting powder. Today I'm going to use my Maybelline. And what I literally do is I don't take my sponge and press it in or anything. I take a little dusting of it, tap off the excess, and then just dab gently underneath my eyes. Not excessive powder, just enough to kind of set that makeup in place so it won't start creasing and sliding and stuff like that. And then a tiny dab on my oily areas, so like my cheeks here and my nose, and then this bit in between my eyebrows. Those are the places that tend to get oily first, so I go ahead and set that. And I also take a small amount of powder and just dust that on my eyelid as well, because typically sometimes I do eyeshadow and sometimes I don't do eyeshadow, but when I'm not doing anything crazy on the eyes, I do like to set my eyelids so the concealer doesn't crease on there. And as you guys can see, my skin still looks very fresh, but it's covered and it's even. So I either do cream bronzer or powder bronzer. Typically on an everyday basis, I won't do both, but I am going to go into into my bronzer from my Paradise Glow palette, and I'm just going to take a tiny dab of that for my nose, like the smallest amount, just to kind of shape the bridge bit here, just to bring some dimension back into my nose. Nothing too much and nothing too structured, just a little bit of shape right here. Depending on time, I might also take a tiny dab of that bronzer and just gently run it through. Okay, wow, that was too much, Tammy. Just gently run it through the socket of my eye. I forgot to tap off the excess. That's what I did wrong. Usually I dab and tap, but I went straight onto my eye, so now we've got like a little smoky eye going on. That was not intentional. But like I said, I only do this really if I have that couple extra minutes to spare, but usually I will just be fine with no eyeshadow. But what I do not skip is lashes. That is a necessity for me personally, if not just mascara. So I start off with mascara, and I've lately been loving this Essence Lash Princess. I always heard so many people talking about it, so I went ahead and grabbed it, and it is definitely as good as everyone says it is. Benefit Bad Girl Bang is definitely still my favorite mascara of all time, and I recently had to get rid of it because it was definitely past its date, but I was trying to hold on to it because I love that mascara so much. But this is definitely second place, as well as Maybelline Sky High mascara. Those three just do magic for my lashes, but this one is definitely a great cheaper alternative if you don't have the money for the Benefit Bad Girl mascara. But look at that, just literally one layer of this mascara. I'm not going to do too many layers because I am going in with lashes. Absolutely amazing. Like, look at that. And typically for my everyday makeup, I don't put anything on my lower lash line. No eyeshadow, no mascara. I like it quite clean and fresh under there. I feel like it just keeps the awake look. Now for lashes, of course, you guys know I have my own lash, well, if you don't know, I have my own lash brand, as well as, you know, other stuff. I do cake liners, makeup brushes. What else do I have? An eyeshadow palette on my website, MAKEUPBYTAMMI.com. But the style Ava are my perfect everyday lash. We also have a style called Mia, which is definitely more natural, very lashes but not really wearing lashes type of lash, if that makes any sense. Like those very natural everyday lashes that you can't really tell. I'm gonna put one eye on so you guys can see the difference, but yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so this is how it looks with Ava on versus just mascara, so you guys can see it adds that nice everyday wisp. This is everyday for me. Some people, this is dramatic. Of course, everyone has different lash styles, but for me, this is a cute everyday lash, and it has that nice kind of volume, but also a little bit of length and wispiness. But anyways, moving on. I also do 1 or 2 beauty marks to cover my blemishes. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. It's obviously personal preference. Like some people like drawing on fake freckles. I don't really like that on myself. I prefer to have the beauty spots. Now, because I will have this out on my table while I'm getting ready, I will just kind of dip into it for the blusher and the highlight. So I'll just take a little dab of the blush and then just add a little bit of color to my cheeks, you know, nothing special. I mean, that's why I created an all-in-one palette, so you can kind of just do it all in one go. And then I'll dip into the highlighter as well. Typically do my nose and then a tiny wash of color just on the tops of my cheekbone. Nothing too intense and nothing too strong, just a little wash of it. Magic. Magic. It is magic. But Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Lock everything in, and I will go ahead and finish off with lips. This has been my go-to combo lately. It's just been in my bag consistently. So I got this from NARS recently. It's their soft matte tinted lip balm. Amazing. It lasts really well, but it also applies really well. It's like a lipstick that requires no thought at all. You literally just swipe it on and it's good to go. It's a really lightweight lip balm, but it has a matte finish. It's a beautiful color. This color is Brief Encounter, and it's just like a gorgeous brownie nude. So first I take a little bit of MAC Chestnut just to define the lips. Just a little bit of that. Blend that in a little bit, and then take the NARS lip balm. So lightweight, So beautiful color, so easy to reapply, and that is what I will do for my lips. And then I will carry these in my bag, obviously, for any top-ups that I need. Also in my bag I carry my Pat McGrath Lab Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder, but I use this for actually touching up my oily areas. I have the shade Deep, which looks like that. I'll carry this in my bag as well, and then when I need to touch up, I'll just take a little bit of this powder and dab it onto my oily areas just for a little bit of refreshing, you know. Oh, I nearly forgot, I also take the highlighter in my palette and just put that onto my inner corner as well, just to brighten that area up. So yeah, that is basically it for my makeup. I'm gonna quickly change and I'll come back to you. Okay guys, so here we have the finished look. What do you think? Super quick, super easy to do, not too many products, not too many steps. Also, of course, you can skip a few steps if you're not into it, you know, lashes and the eyeshadow bit. But apart from that, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. This makeup looks really nice in person. It's not a tinted moisturizer, you know, oh, she's not wearing makeup. It definitely is makeup, but it's a everyday, quick, fresh, flawless makeup. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you did. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Take care. Bye.